Hello there, and welcome to the 33rd episode of my Career Stories Live. So, I'm joined today by Tiina Jarvet, who is a career strategy consultant, the headhunter on your side. So, welcome, Tiina. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really excited about this conversation.
Oh, excellent. So sorry about my voice to anyone that's listening. As you can tell, I've had a bit of a cough going on, so hopefully that will be okay. I can see there's a couple of people here already. So Jeff is here. Thank you, Jeff. So it's nice to see us from across the pond. Thank you. And Nigel. Hi, Nigel. Thank you for joining. That's really cool. Thank you. So Tiina and I have been connected for a couple of years on LinkedIn, but I think it's more recently really that we've just suddenly found each other and that we've got quite a lot of things in common, both work. I think we're both kind of love LinkedIn and how people can manage their careers through it, and out of work, so pink. Outdoor stuff. So yeah, we've got lots in common. So as you know, if you watch normally, if you do comment, just let us know that you're here, where you're joining from. If you've got any questions that you want to ask Tiina, then please do that. And if you're watching on replay, like I'm probably sure Gillian will be later. So let us know that you're here in the comments. So my basis for the lives, I've always been really interested in what people do for their careers, why they do it. I just like learning about all of the different roles and career paths, and that gave me the idea. And basically, it's just to give people advice on different places to source information. And all my guests have given excellent tips so far. So a couple more people have joined. So we've got Jeff again, thank you, and Ayad. So thank you very much for joining. So let's go over to you, Tiina. So can you give us a brief intro into you and what it is you're doing right now?
So, at the moment, I work as a headhunter. I worked in the executive search industry my whole career. So, helping multinationals find international top talent.
Okay.
Presenting and coaching candidates before they go meeting the hiring manager, the recruiters.
Yeah.
And I also work as a career coach. So I help people who are looking for jobs. I prepare them for interviews. I prepare their marketing documents. So this is what I'm doing at the moment.
Excellent, thank you. And we'll talk a bit more about those roles as we go through. I've just seen that Craig has joined, two of his most favourite ladies. Oh, thank you, Craig. Very nice to see you. And Jeff's in there with the question. So, I mean, this is one of my questions later, but let's go for it now. So, what is the most rewarding thing about being a recruiter, Tiina?
What I enjoyed the most is that there is a business problem and there is a solution. So that's hiring the right talent. So the companies are struggling to find a person who would be the perfect fit with the company culture, with the
Yeah.
people who work there and who have the qualifications. And they might be probably be working and being happy in their current position and not even thinking about career change. And then I come and present them this opportunity of the lifetime that I know that they would be a great fit. So, and seeing how the candidate and the company and those two match, and this will change the person's life. It will change their family life. Often people who come from abroad, they bring their family. It gives opportunities, and it's really so satisfying to see how it all works out well and how they advance in their career afterwards. So you really build a relationship, closer relationship with the people. You learn about their dreams, their aspirations, and when you can bring them a step closer, that what makes me so happy in my job.
That's a brilliant answer. And I love that whole thing about if the person doesn't even know they're looking for a job and then you come up with this opportunity, and it must just kind of stop people in their tracks almost and think, wow, I didn't know I could do that or hadn't even considered that. Really exciting.
Often people who are good at their work, they are so busy working, they don't even think about their career strategy
Yeah.
and that there are other opportunities. And so that really, my call comes out of the blue. So they are not expecting me to call.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, let's go back to my first question about early careers. So, did you have a job whilst you was at school or college or university? And if you did, has that helped you? So I've had some really interesting answers on here about this. So let's see.
I think it's an excellent question, and I think the answer should be yes. You definitely should have a job when you're
Yeah,
at the university or do internships. So I
yeah.
was working as a journalist both for several newspapers, but also for the Swedish radio.
Oh,
So now,
wow.
many years later, I'm doing LinkedIn lives, and this really has helped me to um, really how to interview people. I always had this curiosity about people. I was never the journalist sitting behind my desk. I always took that. You remember those old what was it called? Dictaphone, like
Oh,
that you
right,
could
yeah,
record and
yeah,
bring your mic with you and really be out there on the field. And yeah, that connection, that was something I found really incredible. But I never studied journalism. I studied economics.
right, okay. Wow, that's really good. And that's another thing we've got in common then. So when I was at school, we had this thing called Talking News where it was for the local deaf community. So we used to all go in and record into the dictaphones the stories that were going on in the news, and then that got circulated to people. So it's really funny how there's so many little things that keep popping up. Economics, definitely not though. I was terrible at economics.
Well, it's funny. I was good at it, but it was never my passion. I just uh, my father has a PhD in biophysics, so I always felt like the languages and all the soft skills, so to say, I had to prove them that I could actually do data and numbers, but it
Yeah,
was never my passion. So
yeah.
you can have a diploma in one thing, and then yeah, work with things that actually matter to you afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's really true. Definitely about finding what it is that makes you kind of tick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you were at university and things like that, what did you do to start your career once you left university?
Well, it was really a coincidence how I came into executive search. It was I've heard about it, but it was like, does it really exist? Are there
Mm,
headhunters out there? How do they contact those people? I thought
yeah,
it was such a niche industry, and I found it so interesting. And they were looking for people who speak many languages. So I thought, oh, that's brilliant. I sign me up, and at the time they asked for a handwritten CV and motivation letter,
right.
and but everyone else wanted a normal CV. But then I thought it was something like a challenge. So
Mm.
I wrote my motivation letter 5 times because my handwriting is really like a doctor's handwriting. And then they called me for an interview and they said, "You have a really nice handwriting, Tiina." I was like, "Yes." But I didn't mention that it was the fifth attempt.
Oh, how funny. That's really good. Really interesting. Okay. So, you started off at, Phoenix Executive, so and then I noticed you had a few roles there, so you went kind of from a researcher to a project role to business development. So how did you kind of start deciding on your career path there? Did it all happen by accident? Was it planned?
Well, it's really about the growth. So in
Mm.
executive search, there is the base. Somebody is doing the research. So that's
Yeah.
how I started doing the research. And then I started having my own project, being project manager, also training other researchers. And then because of the languages, I did business development in Scandinavia. So yeah, basically it's sales, but I'm not a typical salesperson. But
Yeah.
in a way, people trust me in because I do what I say I do. So
Yeah.
the projects always get done on time within the budget, and clients are happy. So I think there are so many different ways of doing selling. It's not only the used car salesman technique when it
Yeah.
comes to sales. It's
Yeah.
more about relationship and trust.
Yeah. I guess that leads me slightly into LinkedIn then. So I saw that you joined LinkedIn in the same year as me, 2007. So did you use LinkedIn from an early stage in your career, or was that something that came a bit later?
Actually, I joined in 2005, but
Okay.
then I lost the first account. But at that time, LinkedIn was really just a CV database, and it
Mm,
wasn't a professional social network. It was just um, good to have. So it has evolved so much. But
yes.
now it's really my main tool.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I remember I saw some old screenshots the other day from when I was first training people in how to use LinkedIn, and it literally did look just like a CV, didn't it, on the screen? And there
Yeah.
wasn't really any kind of social interaction or anything like that. Very strange. Okay, so how did you then decide to go and set up your kind of your own business as a and doing career consultancy, and what gave you the confidence to do that?
Well, I really enjoyed the work,
Mm,
and since I speak a lot of languages, I had the whole world as my
mm,
work field. So I thought I will give it a go, and I think it's really the often when you speak about that there is a recession, and some industries are really struggling. I work as a generalist. I work in different industries and also in different countries.
yeah,
So there is always somewhere that they're hiring people. It could be here in Europe or on the other side of the world. So that really has helped me in my career. That I'm not just limited to one country and one industry.
yeah, no, that's really good. So how many languages can you speak?
9, yes.
Wow, wow. Are you fluent in all of them?
Well, I would say I practice some of them more often than the others, and it's
Yeah,
with like with any muscle, the ones you use,
yeah,
they will thrive, and the others, the muscles you don't use, you lose. So they
yeah,
become more, I would say, passive. But
yeah,
you still have them, but it takes a while to find the right word.
yeah, that's amazing. Do you find if you go anywhere new on holiday, you try and learn the language before you go, if you don't already know
Yes,
it?
yes, and when I'm there, I want to learn it as well. So,
Yeah.
and people appreciate it so much when you make the effort.
Mm,
So I would recommend that to anyone. Please make the effort.
yeah,
Even if you're going on a business trip, meeting colleagues in a different country, they will treat you so much better. Like
yeah.
um, it's amazing if you make this small effort.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to, Tokyo in, February next year, so I've got my Duolingo app trying to teach myself Japanese at the moment, which it's quite interesting. But I think that's a great app. Have you ever used that, Duolingo? It's probably a bit basic for you, but
No, I haven't used it, but I think I've used other apps, and it's really emerging in the language. Like
yeah,
listening to the radio, watching soap operas, anything where you can
yeah,
come in contact. Like
yeah,
TV is the best way to learn a language, but then with the subtitles. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah, Japan is a wonderful country. I remember. Um, the, the people are so helpful and so kind.
really.
So, and there is always somebody who has lived in the US, who comes and speaks to you in fluent English and helps you find your way in the Tokyo
Yeah,
metro. Or it's so
that's good to
overwhelming,
know.
but so lovely. You will love it.
Yeah,
I never felt I traveled in other countries, but there you can really see that you stand out, and and yeah, you feel very tall suddenly, and very analphabet because you can't read anything. So
Right. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll keep practicing. I've just seen Kevin's arrived, so thank you for joining us, Kevin. That's really nice to see you. Okay, so yeah, so just kind of going back to that, and what gave you the confidence to do it? So you've talked about the relationship building, I guess, and everyone trusts you and all of that. Do you think, does it get any easier when you've had your business for a while? Do you think you would become more confident? Do you think anything like that?
I think confidence is overrated. It's really not unnecessary thing. Like I don't have a the secondhand car salesman confidence.
Yeah,
It's totally different. So you can be an entrepreneur, uh, and look. Not everyone looks the same and speaks the same way. You really have to be there for your clients. Make sure that your clients are happy. That's the only thing that's important.
yeah. No, that's
Not
good.
not yeah, not compare yourself with all the other entrepreneurs and your idea how you should look like or
Yeah,
behave like.
yeah. And that sort of leads on to my next question then, really, I think, or the answer to my next question. So on your profile, you're asking people, are you a 40-plus-year-old woman, middle management, who knows you're meant for something better? So what made you focus on this kind of area?
I think when we think about our ideal client, it's always somebody who is a reflection of us and that we are one step ahead. Having said that, I also I don't only coach women. I coach men as well.
Yeah,
So just this week, I received a message from my client that he received a job offer. I was doing my happy dance.
yeah,
It really makes me so happy when it goes well. So I celebrate the wins together with
yeah,
my
yeah.
clients.
I don't know if you're like me. I think sometimes I'm more excited than the person that's
Yeah.
got the job.
And also that we can put the perspective. Sometimes people don't know how long the recruitment process can take, and
Yeah.
sometimes they get like one interview after the other. Like,
Mm,
this is the best thing ever,
yeah,
and they don't realize how well they are doing because
yeah,
in comparison with others. So I can offer this perspective, um,
yeah.
and that's what makes us happy for our people, right?
Yeah. So if someone's looking for a headhunter, how would they choose the right headhunter for them, do you think?
I think the most important thing is to look at the or do a search,
Mm,
a targeted search. If you're in your country, in your location, but also look in which industries. There are headhunters who work in a specific industry, like
yeah,
in aviation, for example. If that's where all your experience comes from and you want to work there in the future, contact one of those niche executive search
yeah,
companies.
yeah,
Uh, don't just send your CV to everyone. They need to um, be the right person or the right company, because the chances that I know the person or is that the person is in my LinkedIn network,
yeah,
it's quite small, because the searches I do are on global level. They can be based anywhere in the world. So
yeah,
the chances that you will send your CV and I have the same job description on my desk at the time are quite small. So really look out for the right person.
yeah,
Do your research and reach out in a personalized way so they understand that you have looked them up and that there is a match
yeah,
and an interest.
yeah, yeah, let them know the reason that you've gone for them, I guess.
Yeah.
I've just seen, Kevin's just put up, "Omotenesh, the Japanese for treat your customers like they're guests in your house." Thank
Oh,
you. Language lessons as we go. And Paul is just to say he's got a few minutes free whilst he's eating lunch. We thought he would tune in. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we just talked a bit about you being a headhunter and a career coach, so a career consultant. How do you balance the two roles? Have you got kind of set times you do different things, or?
Well, it's quite similar roles. So I
Mhm.
always prepare the candidates when they are meeting the hiring manager. I coach them before they go to the interview. I make sure they have done their homework, the research about the company culture, that they come prepared. And it's the
Mhm.
same thing for people who are in career transition. So it's really people who started reaching out to me and asking if I could help them.
Yeah,
So it just came naturally
yeah,
as a new step.
yeah. Okay, that's good. And then how do you get your clients? So you just said that a lot of people just come to you. So do you ever do any kind of active business development where you're looking for people, or is it more people come to you through word of mouth?
It's really people come to me,
Yeah.
and I have clients here in Belgium, but also in the US, Canada. So it's really thanks to LinkedIn
Mm.
and how I share the knowledge and information. So
Mm.
and also I think video helps that they see how you talk. This is how I talk in real life as well. And when I work with my clients, because I hear horrible stories how people go to job interviews and they just have 30 minutes and there are two people not interviewing, but it's almost the interrogation, and they put pressure on them. And I would never do anything like that, because you never get the best out of a person when you
Yeah.
put, yeah, when you make them feel
Mm.
stressed. This is so old school. So
Yeah, absolutely. So have you got any techniques on how to get people to kind of be calm when they go into an interview? Is that one of the things you work on with people?
I think the preparation is the
Mm.
most important thing. Be prepared, have your little post-its, make your post-its and have them, if it's a virtual interview, have them where you can see. So if you forget a fact or a figure, that you can look it up, but
Mm.
also that you maybe take the time, go out for a walk if it's possible, so
Yeah,
you're calm and
yeah.
take care of your physical well-being. We're both very much into that.
Yeah,
So
definitely, definitely. And it's interesting you say that about the Post-its, and I see you putting them around, putting them around your screen and things like that. I was involved in this really ridiculous debate on LinkedIn a couple of years ago where somebody said they were really nervous, and I said, you know, get your Post-it notes. And I said, like me, I've got a wall behind me, so I put a piece of flip chart paper on it so I can write big. And this other career coach just started saying, "You're telling people to cheat. That's unethical." Thinking, why is that cheating? You wouldn't know everything in a role, would you? You'd look things up. It's really strange.
yeah, and I think the same thing is when you go to a real interview, that you have a piece of paper with you and you prepare questions, because they will ask you in the end, do you have any questions for us? And then
Yeah,
you can have your 3 questions written down, because it
yeah,
happens that you blank in the middle of an
yes,
interview. It's a
exactly. Yeah,
stressful situation, even if they're nice and kind, but
yeah,
then you have your questions. It's
yeah.
not cheating, it's being prepared.
Being prepared, exactly. And
Yeah.
also I say to people as well, have your questions written down, because it might be you've had a really good rapport and you've asked your questions all the way
Yes.
through, but they'll still say, "Have you got any questions?" So you can then just say, "Actually, I did have all these questions, but we've covered them," and they can see that you've prepared something, can't they?
That
So,
that's important. The intention, really.
mm, absolutely. Okay, so, talking a bit about values. So everyone so far has talked about their values when they're looking for work. So do your personal values have an impact on type of organizations or clients that you'll work with?
Yes, definitely. I very much uh, think about the impact that the company, what they do, because I have to sell this job and this
Mm.
company to people. And if I don't believe in their mission, in their values, it would be very, very difficult to, because I think I'm transparent, authentic. It wouldn't work if I would be inviting people to work with something that harms their bodies or their health, for example.
Yeah.
And I also like professional settings where there are different business units, different levels of decision making. So everything that there is a process.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Makes
companies
sense.
with work ethics and also values, and that they do what they say that they will do.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I think you mentioned to me before about family business as well, and you've got a view on that.
Well, I bring the most value to large international
Yeah.
companies with
Yeah.
my languages and the connections that I have. That
Yeah.
I work best with larger organizations.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. Okay, so have you got any advice for people, women in particular, I guess, who are looking to pivot in a new career direction?
I think it's really important to have your values and
Yeah.
know what are your strengths. So and really think about it, and you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah.
You can use all those online testings or talk to your friends and
Yeah.
click on strengths. Know what are your top strengths, and then work with those.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. Excellent. Okay. And people who are looking to work in recruitment. So, have you got any advice for anyone who wants to start their career in recruitment and then maybe move to headhunting?
I think people think it's so easy to work in recruitment. It's so easy to interview people. I've done it for almost 2 decades
Yeah.
daily. So it takes experience and also your personality and your strengths. And
Mm.
my top strength is empathy. So I think it helped me in interviewing people. And you really have to respect people. And if you think recruitment is a way to make quick money,
Yeah.
and you don't care about people, I don't think you will stay there for a long time. So it really has to be something that you like people, and it takes time before you get good at it.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it's really, really hard.
Yeah. That's
So
Yeah, hard work. And I've heard from kind of friends that work in recruitment that cash flow can be quite hard sometimes because you do quite a significant amount of work before you get your kind of your fee or anything like that at the end. So sometimes that can be quite tricky.
well, it depends. I only work. It's quite common here in Europe in executive search, that the different ways how it's paid, but there is also the way that I don't work, and I would never recommend that for my clients or for any people. It's the no cure, no pay, that you work a lot and then you only
Yeah,
get paid when you get this find this person. This is
yeah,
not good for the company employer branding, or
yeah,
because it's people who are, they work with so many different projects. They don't know what the job is about. It's really quick and dirty, and then people say that they were ghosted, and that's how you are paying the people. So no wonder that there is no quality. So I wouldn't
mm,
recommend that for anyone.
yeah. Okay, that's good. I've just seen Jeff's asked another question. So he's saying, what types of assessments do you specifically recommend? So, yeah,
I think any type of assessment where you get awareness of your own strength, and that you can work with them, and some it really the knowledge that we have about ourselves, that's the key. if everyone is unique. So if you know your own strengths, that's how you can position yourself. That's how you can market yourself and work best with teams, other people in your team as well.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
it takes time to get to that place in your career. So
Yeah,
always, if you get a possibility to do those tests, or if you get feedback, listen to that and always try to improve. Don't settle. Be
yeah.
curious.
No, that's good advice. Always try to improve. So you don't have to answer this next one. Some people don't want to answer this. So what's next for you in your career? Do you know?
Well, very exciting. We will be meeting in person in
We will.
March.
I know.
Yes, at the Uplift Live conference. I
Yeah,
will be talking about LinkedIn Recruiter. So we will also meet with other people, LinkedIn enthusiasts and experts. So I'm
brilliant.
very, very excited about that.
Excellent. So speaking then is
Yeah.
another thing. Brilliant. That's really good. Okay, so we are about out of time. So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you if they want to? Do you connect with people? Do you ask them to follow you?
Yes, the best way is here on LinkedIn. Send me a connection request, and I think the best thing to do on LinkedIn is to continue building your network, even
Yeah,
if you have a job, even if you're not thinking about new jobs, but you can help other people, and it's so nice to help other people. And when it's your turn, we never know when it's our turn, then
no,
they are there to help you as well if you have put in credit. And also update your LinkedIn profile, because LinkedIn likes it when you have different positions in one company, for example, that you have
right.
been
Yeah.
promoted. That's so important. That brings you on top of the list,
Oh, excellent. That's
of
a
the
good tip.
candidates.
Yeah, really
It's an
good tip.
easy way. And even if you're not looking for a new job, because often I contact people and they say, in the meanwhile, I had a promotion, but I don't know about your promotion.
Because you've not got
So
that.
I
Yeah.
can't target you for the right positions if you're not updating your profile. And it literally takes seconds to do that.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And I remember your advice when I asked you before, and that was to use open to work, but for recruiter view only, but have it set up for your dream job, even if that's 10 years in the future. So I've done that now. So I think that's really, really good advice because, like you say, people don't know otherwise, do they?
Exactly. And you will help LinkedIn to send you to the right people, because it's really about keywords, about skills.
Yeah.
Um, so that's how it works. So yeah, do your part, and LinkedIn will do the rest.
Excellent. Well, we could spend ages talking about LinkedIn, but we won't do that now. We'll do that when we meet. So Kevin's saying in real life rocks. Nigel's saying I can't wait to meet you. And Tina told me.
The
So
other speakers,
I
yeah.
know, really, really looking forward to it. So thank you so much, Tiina, for joining me today. And thank you to everyone that's been watching. As I said, if you do have any other questions, if you're watching later, then please do let us know and we'll come back to you and reply later on. So I am off for a couple of weeks, but I will be publishing my upcoming guests soon. So thanks again, Tiina, and see you all next time.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Sarah.
you. Bye.
Bye.